Okay, our next talk is by Wegood Awad, Making Stronger Materials by Cracking the Secrets of the Marri Net.
I don't get music. Okay. Okay. So, when was the last time you've ordered a package from Amazon or Talabat for it to arrive looking like this? Even though you've clearly told them to handle it with care. Now, this could be because during transportation, your package was, stacked up under a bunch of other packages, and it just couldn't handle its weight. It could also be because the person who was supposed to deliver it to you dropped it on the way, and the packaging just couldn't handle the impact, and it ended up looking like this. So, theoretically speaking, we can use stronger materials. So we can, package it up in a box of steel. We could use rubber to, to absorb the impact. But the problem with that is you are going to be using something that's a lot heavier than your standard packaging material. So what does that mean? It means that the few bucks that you spend to ship something will balloon up to a few hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Now, imagine if I were to tell you that the solution to all of our problems lies within a nut. And nut here is not an acronym for something fancy, it's just the one that grows on trees, literally a nut. Now, what's special about this nut is, okay, so before we move on to the nut, imagine this. If I were to hand you a pistachio nut, you could easily crush it with one hand. It takes about 250 newtons to do so, so it's quite easy to do. But if I were to give you a walnut, which is 3 times as strong, you would need a nutcracker for it. Now, this particular nut that I found, and it's found in Australia and nowhere else in the world, so it's pretty unique, can hold up to 2,500 newtons. So it's 10 times as strong as a pistachio. Not only that, but a chainsaw can't even make a dent in it. Wow. So we're talking about this little fellow over here. So trying to figure out what makes this nut so strong is the fundamental question I'm trying to answer with my research. To be able to do so, I have a fancy lab with some really specialized equipment that's able to do so. What we were able to find is the key point of this is layers. So we have different layers that have different functions. We have the outer layer, which is hard like a walnut. We have this spongy layer that's able to absorb the shock like a cushion. And then finally, we have a fiber network that's like a trampoline. It's able to just push back that force without affecting it. What does this mean? You're probably wondering, is this girl nuts? Why is she still talking about nuts? So this is the point where we translate this into real-life application, and it's my job to do so, using state-of-the-art equipment like 3D printers, which basically means that we design things through computers and then allow it to be printed into 3D models, and we use those for different purposes. So, not only will the next time you order a glass vase off of Amazon be arriving safely to your place, we're here to protect the things that matter the most to all of us. We're able to create helmets for children to protect their heads when they're biking, and armors for soldiers to protect them from shrapnel. So if you can imagine it, we can create it and protect it. Thank you.
Go one more. Let's see here. Okay, good, thanks. So, well, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. And tell me what country you call home.
Well, I was born here, but I'm originally from Egypt.
That's an interesting statement, right? Yeah.
It's a bit counterintuitive.
Yeah, it gets complicated. So did you spend most of your life in the UAE or in Egypt, or going back and forth between the two?
Most of it was in the UAE.
Yeah. And where did you do your undergraduate work?
In the UAE. The answer to the majority of the question is going to be the UAE.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I'll change topic then for you. So here's a question that immediately came to me. Was that you with a chainsaw?
Yes. I've been trying to crack it using different methods, including breaking a couple of blades, Just no one let the research department know about that.
Wow, that's something. So how did you first figure out that this particular nut was the one that had this kind of, density and strength?
So basically, my supervisor was on a trip to Australia, and then he heard about this nut that's so strong that the only way that predators can get to it is through the seed dispersal hole. And us being material scientists, we're like, we need to figure out why. And then we didn't know it was going to be that strong and that it's going to be that difficult to characterize, but it is what it is. And, we struck gold.
So you consider yourself a material scientist?
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. I think it's just amazing the materials that people use. And one of the things that I've noticed from the people I've known in materials is just the way that they take the natural world and are able to then convert it into these remarkable products. And so is that what you're hoping to do when you're looking forward in terms of how you want to spend your life?
Yes. Nature has inspiration for a lot of things, not just materials, but yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, we have a lot to learn from it. It spent like thousands, if not millions of years perfecting its designs. So, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. Good, good. One last question. Tell me something about you that your advisor doesn't know.
Something he doesn't know. That I probably broke 2 blades. In the research department,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the one. Okay, we got it. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.